What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is Buchanan Motorsports, and today is a day I've been waiting on for a long time. Today's the day we fire this thing up as a V8. The V6 is long gone. We've got the V8 in it. If you haven't checked out the rest of our series, go back and check those videos out. We've got 4 to 5 videos already prior to this one of how we've done this LS swap. So go back and check those out. If you ain't subscribed, subscribe to the channel. We've got more stuff coming. Appreciate you guys watching. Let's get into the action today. All right, guys, first things first this morning, I went ahead and threw in our little tray for our air intake setup for our quote unquote cold air intake. I hadn't used this portion previously. I had adapted the cold air intake, one of the cheap Amazon ones from the V6, and just basically use the open element. So this portion is all brand new. So I got to get all that fit up. But what I'm trying to, try to do right here is this steam port line. We still got to deal with this steam port line. We've got to get it routed back to the radiator. And I think the way I want to do this, I don't want to have a bunch of connections out there that can be seen, is right here on my Viper chair. We've got a couple different fittings. So what you're looking at here is a 5/8 by 5/8 by 5/16, and this one's a 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch by 5/16. And what we're going to try to do with these is we're going to cut into this top line coming out of your overflow and tee in this steam port right here. So this steam port is that 5/16 fits in there just right. What I don't want to do is I don't want to have it out here in the middle of nowhere and have a bunch of ugly looking hose clamps and all that stuff. So I kind of, like I say, test fitted this up. What I'm thinking about doing is running this brass tee underneath this air cleaner tube, get it kind of tucked up under there. That way it's somewhat hidden from the your plain view, unless you get around on the side, and that, it is what it is at that point. There's a couple different methods. I've seen some people drill and tap their water pump. I didn't really feel like drilling into a brand new water pump. I've also seen them cut the heater hose, one of the heater hoses right here, route the steam port into the heater hose. But then again, you got the fitting way out here in no man's land, and it just does not look good. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a couple measurements right here. I'm going to stick it up under there, cut my line, and then we'll get all that fitted in and bring y'all back in to show y'all the final result. But again, like I said, we've got to get this steam port line to the radiator somehow, and I think this is going to be our best method. All right, this is kind of what I worked up for that steam line. It's like I said, it's not 100%. There's no way you can hide it 100%, but I'm going to work on getting some more factory style. I hate these type of hose clamps, but we use the 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch by 5/16. You can see how it lays in there pretty nice. It doesn't rub anything. It's got some movement. But, we just, like I said, just shortened that line up a little bit and plugged her in, clamped her off. So that 100% completes the cooling system. So we're ready to add coolant. I'm gonna go ahead and finish installing the intake. Get this thing kind of halfway put into place. We'll get that in there. Get our mass air sensor wired in, and then we're gonna start filling it up with fluid. Put the battery in it, do a fuel pressure check, make sure we ain't got no fuel leaks anywhere, and then we're gonna get ready for a startup. All right, guys, there you go. We got the intake fit up. Again, this is not a super high dollar intake, maybe 40, 50 bucks. But I mean, honestly, I don't think it's really worth spending $300 to $400 in some applications for something that's pretty much gonna do the exact same thing. So that's what we got with the intake. Got our mass air sensor plugged in. That's gonna be a big one. Everything's looking good. I'm fixing to get the coolant out, start putting trans fluid in it. Check the oil one more time. We got to do power steering fluid, and we're gonna throw the battery in it. All right, guys, quick update. We got the power steering fluid in. Got about 6 quarts of transmission fluid in. We got some coolant in the reservoir. It's still bubbling and burping. From my understanding, these LSs they take a little while to get the system completely full, get all the air out of it. So we may have to play around with that a little bit. But we're gonna go ahead and throw that battery in over there. Kind of got the cable tied up out of the way so it don't get in our way when we go in with it. But I'm ready to put power to this thing. See what she does. Let's cross our fingers. Hopefully everything is going to be good to us today. All right, guys, we're getting ready to hook up the negative battery terminal. Just for anybody that may be running the aftermarket stereos or other accessories, get you one of those positive battery terminals over there that's got the little standoff on it. Those are really good for putting this together. But we're going to put the negative terminal on there. We're going to give it the old fire test. We're going to be watching and smelling for anything that doesn't smell right, smoke, kind of anything. Like I said, we've changed harnesses. We've got a different motor in here. So we're just going to be precautious and double check for anything. So let's see what we got. All right, hopefully that camera angle was okay. I was trying to do this with two hands instead of just one, so. All right, so we got the battery hooked up. Do we smell or see anything? Everything's looking good. Don't smell or see anything. Let's go on the inside real quick. The thing ain't been opened up in a while. Oh, we got dome lightage. All right. Let me go round up the key. We'll put the key in this thing. Let the fuel pressure build up. We'll check for fuel leaks, and then double check our fluids one more time, especially the coolant. Make sure it hasn't completely drained out, and then we'll be hopefully be ready to fire this thing up here in just a minute. All right, got the key. Here we go. We're gonna basically just put the key in, turn the ignition on, and then we're gonna go out and check for fuel at the rails. Make sure none of the injectors are leaking. May have to cycle it a couple times, get that system, get the air and all that good stuff out of it. It may take a couple times of cranking on it to actually be able to do that as well, but let's see what happens there. Well, we got gauges. Reduced engine power. All right. We'll figure that out. Ain't a big deal. I smell fuel. I smell gas somewhere. Where are you? All right, guys, the reality of the situation. One of my fuel lines was in the very, very back, of course. The hardest one to get to was a little loose. So double checked everything. Everything appears to be good now. Obviously, we have fuel up to the rail. So we're going to try this one more time. Key it back up and verify that we don't have any additional leaks. All right, keys on. Make sure I ain't got fuel spraying everywhere. That all looks pretty good right there. Not seeing anything there. Anyway, we're gonna go, again, go over this one more time, verify there's nothing else leaking. All right, we went ahead and threw the battery charger on it. That battery's been sitting out a couple weeks. Got the family out here, a couple of them. We're gonna turn the key on this thing, see what happens. We do have a couple codes that we're seeing, but we'll sort through that here shortly. Let's just see if it'll crank over. Fire's up, baby. All the oil will start burning off. All right, we'll I don't let it get too hot yet. We know it's flowing. Everything's good. We're gonna check the fluids again. Now that everything's moved around a little bit, all that new burning off of everything. But it fires up. Fires up. We must have done something right. So appreciate you guys following along with us. Stick with us. We're not done yet. Like I said, we're just waking this beast up. We got to get it dialed in, get all the fluids, top back off, everything checked out. But it fires up. That's a positive right there. All right, guys. It's been a couple hours since we got this first start taken care of. Everything's looking good. I'm not seeing any leaks or anything like that. Again, the only thing we documented was that fuel leak before we ever started. I was chasing a throttle position sensor issue, TAC module issue, hence some of the wiring here, creative wiring. So I was getting a couple codes due to the TAC module performance and the throttle body position. And I would try to find some information about a relearn, try to do some of that online, tried a few things, wasn't able to figure that out. When I'd crank it, it'd go to about 2,000 RPM, kind of sit there and would never come down. So I could get my code reader out and clear the code. And as soon as I'd clear the code, the RPMs would drop back down and it'd idle just fine. You could drive it just fine. You had throttle response. Like there was no issues with any of that. So wasn't quite sure what was going on. I was actually able to even creep it around the neighborhood and down the street just a little bit like that. Drove it around, no problem. But since I got this spare motor in the garage, I came back and was, like I said, was doing some troubleshooting. I know the TAC modules are known for having ground issues when you start losing communications and some of those types of things. So I made a couple grounded a couple different places. Still didn't have any luck with that. So I didn't feel like it was that, based on the fact that we could clear the code and the throttle body or the throttle would work fine and it would drive fine. So I was kind of scratching my head. So I got that other spare motor, pulled the throttle body off of it. I took the one that I had already on this motor, we'd started up on, and took it off, put that one on there. It's kind of ratty looking, it needs to be cleaned up. But had unplugged the computer, not unplugged the computer, unplugged the ground. Well, I changed all that out, plugged it right back in, cleared the codes again before we started back up, fired it up, just worked perfect. Shut it back down, turned it back on, and every time you would shut the ignition off and turn it back on before we swapped the throttle bodies, we would get a reduced engine power code. The engine light would be back on. You'd fire it up, it'd go straight to high idle. This time we shut it down, turned the ignition back on, no more reduced power. Started back up, RPMs went up, came back down, right down to where they were supposed to be. So I'm guessing maybe this throttle body was bad for whatever reason. I'm not quite sure. I had taken a little bit of time to do a little bit of smoothing, and I say porting. I hesitate to say that, but I guess that's what you would call it. Kind of smoothed it out a little bit one day, a long time ago, before I ever got this engine close to being running. But anyway, I may, if this continues to work for us and we don't have any more issues, I may pull that throttle body back off and maybe do some of the same thing, just kind of smooth it out a little bit, clean it up. But I'm going to test this one out for a little while before I go taking it back apart and go down that road. But anyway, I just wanted to keep y'all kind of in the loop. I do have my son in there. I am going back and forth with Mr. Charlie Wheatley, Wheatley Performance Tuning. I'm fixing to go out and do a data log for him, send that back to him. He's going to send me another tune back. Right now, though, I mean, it's running really good. Really don't have much to complain about, other than maybe the tweak on the idle just a little bit. But yeah, like I said, he's going to work on all that for us. So anyway, we're fixing to go out, like I said, do a little data log, come back, let you know how this new throttle body, the new old throttle body, I guess, is working. So stay tuned. All right, guys, we're taking her out for the data log. That new throttle body seems to be doing the trick. I haven't seen any kind of, we have no engine lights, none of that kind of stuff. Like I said, just cruising around nice and easy. Get Charlie some data so he can fine tune the log, or the tune for us. Other than that, I mean, truck is running really, really good for just putting a tune in it and driving around. You could drive it like this, you know, probably without very many revisions at all. Do want to try to get that idle down just a hair, just to hear a little bit more of that cam, but other than that, that's just a preference thing. I am noticing that the RPMs over there on the cluster is reading about right at 1,000 right now, and we're showing about between 740 and 750. So there's a little discrepancy there. And the RPMs, as they go up a little bit, hopefully you can hear me through all this noise, but as the RPMs go up a little bit in the range, there it seems to grow a little bit, the discrepancy. So we'll keep an eye on that. I'm not sure what we can do to fix that, but we'll get this thing kind of dialed in before we worry about all the little nitpick stuff. So hopefully that doesn't affect our shift points or anything like that. But we'll let Charlie kind of dig through the data and see what he has to say about it. So like I said, right now looking good. Really, really happy. So. All right, guys, conclusion for today. We got it up and running. The new throttle body seemed to do the trick for whatever reason. The one we started with didn't work for us. It was giving us all kinds of codes and causing us all kinds of headache. But we just took the truck out for first little data log session. Just sent that off to Charlie. Let him look at all the information over, look at everything over, and get back with us, see what kind of revisions he wants to make. Gonna get the front bumper put back on it, get everything start cleaned back up, squared back away. But overall, extremely happy with what's going on here. I'm happy with the swap. Again, we got to figure out the exhaust portion of it right now. It's just going through the cats and not going through the stock muffler. So we'll get that figured out. We'll get a muffler put on it so we can have a little bit of a sound. I ain't trying to wake up the neighborhood, but at the same time, I do want to be able to hear it some. So, man, I hope you guys enjoyed what we're doing here. Like I said, we're not completely done. There may be one more video after this. Like I said, fine tuning some stuff, going through some more of the HP tuner stuff. Like I'm still trying to learn it. So again, I just did my first data log and sent it off. So hopefully that was what he needed. We also still have to do the fuel pump install. We got the Aeromotive 340 we still got to do, so I got to get a couple of my son's buddies over here so we can get the bed pulled up enough so I can do the fuel, get that taken care of, and then trying to think what else. Oh, get the I got the wideband sensor in, as you saw that before, but I got to get the actual gauge put in. So I'm thinking of maybe going over there and deleting that cubby hole, putting it in there, and going that route with it. But we'll see. I really don't want a gauge pod. I guess I could if I really wanted to. I could put a trans temp in here, but I plan on getting an Escalade cluster at some point and getting it kind of custom done with some different color needles and whatnot. And that particular cluster has the built-in transmission temp. So I may just wait on that and just do the cubby hole delete over there for the air fuel ratio gauge. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed it. Man, we're there. I'm really excited about how this thing just fired up, and we didn't have very many issues. So thank the Lord for that. Again, we're filthy again today. It is what it is. It's part of the product, part of the process. Again, man, if you ain't subscribed, think about subscribing. We got we got all kinds of stuff to work on around here. Apparently my son decides he wants to start waxing his truck with a little bit of Chemical Guys Hydro Slick. It's pretty good stuff too. This thing was going to be next now that I'm able to get it to the mobile and get it cleaned up. So you got anything to say?
No.
No, he's a man of
It's gonna be fast.
few words.
With nitrous.
He actually got to drive it, so
with nitrous.
oh, he wants the nitrous on it.
Or turbo.
We'll see what Charlie's got to say about that. But let's get this thing dialed in first on naturally aspirated, and we'll worry about the nitrous later. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Like, share, subscribe. This is Buchanan Motorsports. Thank y'all for watching.